Hello everyone. Right, so just as a forewarning kind of thing, if you're hearing lots of fans, it's coming from the CD drive. And that'd be why. It's an old machine, so it's got the fan stuff. I still need to get around to sorting out the gain. If we can turn the gain down, you probably get that'll probably come out less. So I will sort that soon. Take the cover off. Icons. It's gonna be making it off. Just standard on. So I'm a little behind. Retro ASMR is always good. Thank you. So the other thing is I always put on the Windows 3.11 because if I leave the screen too long on the desktop side, it causes my screen on the front and side to white out completely, so I've got to unplug and plug it back in again. At least I know the Windows will help with that. But we are on this machine, which I've not turned on in a while, so just as a reminder what the spec is, it's this one. So I'm going to install a few things today. First of all, I finally got a copy of Terminator Future Shock, so I want to get that installed. I want to see how that runs before we start the main game. Because I was watching Jank Jason playing this. He was actually playing Skynet. I was looking at the specs, and the specs basically said it'll run on a 486. So I was quite intrigued. Is it there? Yes. Oh shit, I don't even know what to install it to. It's been a while. So that's got 16 meg free. And it's got half a gig free. That's got about 2 gig free, so I can stick it on the E drive. What year's the PC out from out of interest? 90s. Yeah, it's probably a 90s machine. There, 486. It's a digital deck machine. So I'd say probably early 90s, maybe. We're going to install the most exciting 3D action game you'll have ever played. The menu option below. Install. To the hard drive. Change install type. Full installation of 38 meg. There we go. Change the install path to E. There we go. Install the game. Be interesting to see how this runs on a 4860X2. Because I'm assuming when Jank Chase was playing it, was doing it through an emulator. And in case you don't know who that is, I'll give a shout out. Yep, thought so. So that's Jank Jason. Back in the day when installers took a while. It's one thing I do like to do is run the installer as well. It's all very well saying, hey, I've got the game straight away, but I think part of the experience is seeing the installers, because there are so many different ones. Some of them were quite basic, some of them like this had some nice textures to it. And then when you got to the Windows 95 ones, you had the kind of the Windows 95 blueness, and then you had the different images, and then there was, what was the other one? There was the most famous one, arguably, or most people know, the one that most people know of is the Command and Conquer one. That was an interesting installer. I was going to stick this in the Windows 95 machine, but it just depends on how slow it runs. And the other thing is, Skynet, which is like a sequel to this, is it has higher textured or higher resolution graphics, and you can actually run this version through that engine or whatever that improvement is. That's good. Configure sound card. Let's see if this runs without breaking. Things it said what? Can't be. No, it's not. It's at least, oh yeah, it's classed as a, I think it's just a standard Sound Blaster, because it's an ESS audio drive. I forgot that's what's in here. Yeah, it's this one. Let's see if this works.
HMI module Alpha Humana on approach to space station.
Oh god, that's fine. MIDI. Cool. So we can skip using the Sound Blaster emulation, and it's relatively okay as the Sound Blaster emulation, but it's nice to see that it's got it in there. Alright, so that's the CD of that one done. So I always guess the soundboard that might be compatible with the PCs I dealt with. So the one I've got, the audio drive, as you saw, there's an option for it, but it does have an option to go back to, I think it's okay to be on a Sound Blaster and or Sound Blaster 16. So yeah, but it's fine, it's better sound things. So okay, let's just see how well this works. Do I need the CD? Ah, yes I do. So it's one of those games you need the CD. It's okay. Runs pretty well on a DX. I'm not going to play all the way through this because I know I'm playing something else. I just want a quick look. And this will be where the this is coming from the CD, which is why it's not any larger. Oh, that's a bit nippy. 10 years ago, LA was rough. Have a quick, I just want to have a quick look around on this and see how well it goes. Inverted mouse, never a good sign. There we go, it's a bit better. The arrow keys are not what I think it is. What do they use for the controls? This will be interesting. AZ. What the hell is AZ? What am I on a ZX Spectrum here or something? Come on. It thinks up arrow is left shift, so something's gone a bit weird. Oh, right, I see. So that can be A, and that can be Z. Right, now it makes sense. So in fact, actually... didn't like that, that's weird. It did not like that at all. It just said no. Did I? Did I press the wrong thing? No, it will not say. That's weird. Something happened there. Oh, it's reverting back to A and Z. That's kind of weird. I mean, it's nippy, so that's okay. That's fine. Right, so we'll have a look at this again at some point. Cool. That's running okay. Right, let's go into the main game that I did say that we were going to do, which is Ultrabots. Because it would have helped if I took the CD out. EA games. Well, I think it's a re-release. Install Ultrabots, a massive 2.2 meg there. So there's Ultra.exe. Is there any cell program? There's a cell folder there. So I'm on 486, that one. VJ MCJ graphics. Assume it's just V. And I'm going to go with C, Sound Blaster Music. Sound Blaster Sound. Hopefully I'll pick it up. Cool. It began when the astronomers spotted what appeared to be a comet within the orbit of Neptune. Speculation turned to concern when the object abruptly changed course and headed directly for Earth. By the time it reached Earth, scientists were prepared for first contact while military leaders were ready for war. And as the time ran out, the entire planet held its breath. As the visitor rocketed past the Earth, it dropped dozens of small modules which impacted around the globe. Chaos erupted as politicians argued and military forces around the planet rushed to intercept the invaders. A tense world watched as massive robots emerged from the landing modules. All hope for peaceful contact was abandoned when the machines launched an assault, laying waste to everything in their path. The combined forces of Earth fought valiantly to fend off the new enemy, but conventional weaponry was ineffective against the alien technology. Complete annihilation was averted only by unleashing the world an arsenal of nuclear weapons. The invasion was neutralized, but the Earth and its inhabitants can't read the rest of it. While the orbiter slowly circled the solar system, the remnants of humanity regrouped. Within hidden base camps, they rebuilt human-operated versions of the machines, dubbed Ultrabots. And it would be nice if we could slow down here. When the orbiter returned, it found a planet still unsuitable for colonization. Their second wave of attack robots, however, were met by organized resistance fighters and the Ultrabots that would even the odds in the ultimate battle for the Earth. Nova logic, eh? I think they ended up doing... Didn't they do Delta Force at one point? Hopefully this is not too loud on the music. Looks okay on my audio mixer. Just need to turn it down in my ears a bit more. What was it? QAOP space or worse 67890. Oh yeah, that was ZX Spectrum for was it cursor keys? Now interestingly, according to the manual, which I've not fully read through yet, the operator login is basically like a call sign login, so it'll put. So if somebody else logs in with their name, it'll put the game on their name, if you see what I mean. So that's how it operates as. So we put that in, and that will be always on Namco's. So that's all I've got to log in as. Speaking of the 678, you've probably seen this before, but it's been a while since I got this out. The way I got around that, if you remember, that is an Spectrum was why I had this. So this is allows me to reprogram the inputs. So if I had a silly control scheme like halls of the things, for example, I had a really bad control scheme as far as I'm concerned, because it had ZX for left and right and N and M to up and down, which I couldn't work out. But as you can see, that is already mapped to the 6, 7, 8 and 9, and then they kind of come back up here at the top. You've got the little arrows that represent what the, whether it's up and down or not. and then you've got this at the side, which is just a joystick that you plug into the Spectrum. Oh no, sorry, this goes into the joystick as normal, and then this goes into the back of the Spectrum, so it all kind of goes through. It's a really nice purchase as well. It's about 20 odd quid I bought it for. Don't know if the price has gone up or anything, but it's definitely one if you've got a Spectrum. And for those of you who watch Ashen's stream, when he does his Wednesday, is it Return to Orc Attack something? That is the ZX Spectrum game that he was talking about. So I bought that, I think, last year or this year. Or, I think it was this year actually, when I went to Play Expo. I saw it and I was like, yep, I'll take that one. Anyway, so according to this, you can do training, which I think we'll have to do just so I can get used to the different machines. And then it says, I've still got the manual up here. So, what does it say about the map? You can use a joystick for this, it's a 2-ball one. The map room. The map covers all occupied Earth. Each red cross on the map represents an occupied area. Crosses with circles, it's like these ones here, around them represent scenarios that are ready for their action. Blue crosses represent scenarios where enemy forces have been defeated, which we don't have any at the moment. Move the cursor over one of these crosses and left click the mouse button for the location and alert level of the scenario. Coloured circles around the scenario markers on the map represent the alert level of the scenario. Alert level refers to the strength of the enemy base camp. There are 4 possible alert levels: green, yellow, red and critical. Green being the easiest and critical being the most difficult base camp to destroy. So we've got 2 green ones already here and here. So that's looking at that. This already reminds me of Iron Assault, and I think this is why somebody suggested this. But I can't remember who it was that suggested this. If you want to speak up, that would be cool, because then I can say it was you that said it. I might even look back at the old Iron Assault videos and see if I can find who said it. But this, I didn't want to do another mech game for a while. I wanted to do something different. But then again, we did end up playing Earth Siege, and that was difficult enough. Just give me a second. Bye. What we got? We got train. Let's have a look at train first, because I need to get my head around some of these. So this is called the humanoid here, and it's like the heavy mech. And this here that you can see at the side, it's actually called the Scorpion. It's also known as the Net, I believe it is. The Net mech, I think. The Net Builder, that's it. So it has like in fact, to tell you what, let me show you the manual. There we go, there's the manual. So that's what you can see ahead of you. This bit, I can't say what I'm showing you on the screen, but you can see that behind. And each of these have their own little HUD. So that's the HUD for the humanoid. And then you've got the Scorpion, so you can just remember this bit here. And then you've got this nice kind of layout here. And then you've got the Scout with its own little HUD on there. And it also looks like you can kind of take control of certain bots, which is kind of weird. It's not. That's what it seems to be, but there's a lot in this game, so it's going to be some learning. Hopefully, it's not going to be as difficult as Earth Siege. But I will try and read up on what I need to read up on after the stream. But it's good to have a look at this now and see what I can discern from it. Right. So let's do some training in a scout for something a bit easy or easier. Scouts versus scouts. Practice maneuvering a scout using the offensive and defensive weapons. This roster here gives you a damage indication, and I think it's the green it is, the better. I think that's the damage one. Can't remember what the blue is here. And then you've got this weird thing where you've got to have reserves of construction, networking. I'm not sure about that one, and that's repairs. Now I need to double check the manual. So this is called the situation room. So I can outfit the bot, perhaps. No, can't do that. Command is not here, so I can't jump into the unit. So maybe do I have to... Oh wait a minute, it's that there. Switch into manual. What happened? I right clicked and it just did something? Oh. Spacebar to fire. So, because I selected it, it means I should be able to not miss. Now, should have another... So I5 and F6 swap the weapons. Finally, that took a while. Assuming this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Because it said scout versus scout. Oh, you've disappeared. Go into the base myself? Yes. Okay. And then do I... So I can change the repairs, but I've not been hit, so I should be okay. Base camp under attack. So I can look at thermals. Very different from Iron Assault, because Iron Assault was very more kind of arcadey. This has got a much more of a simulation feel to it. I mean, it's interesting, I can't deny that. I do like this separate thing, so I can kind of look left and right. Sparkle cloak. I'm not sure what that is. Assume it should be okay. Something's there. Don't mind my ETL's going off. Okay, let's have a look at the other one, the Scorpion. You have a small band of net builders pitted against like enemies, practice fighting and deploying net relays. Oh, nice. assuming that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't seem to be walking even though I'm pressing up. Unless I'm just doing it slowly. Have I killed the wrong people? Probably knowing me. I mean, it said it was bot versus bot, that's not my fault. A large slow net builder, also known as a scorpion, is primarily used for building and maintaining a net. Although it's capable of carrying a crew of 8, the net builder is manned by 1 operator and 1 technician. Because it's the only Ultrabot designed to deploy net relays, the net builder is critically important to the growth and survival of the base. The net builder is loaded with net relays at the base and sent out with deployment orders. Oh. Oh, it's not firing at me, I don't think. Main body houses a large cargo bay primarily used for the storage of net relays. This is interesting. There's a lot to this, which is fine. If you've never seen this before and I've never heard of it, it's always good to have a quick look and see what things are like. I say a quick look, I'm planning on trying to see if I can complete it, so just having a look at the instructions for this. Stop is period. Set helmet to manual and auto is F2 and F3. Cycle through auto programs is F4. So you can see that bottom left there where it says manual and auto. I can do all this. So I'm going to press F3. Oh, someone's shooting at me. That took a hit. And it's engaging this one over there. Auto target is A. Why are you doing so slowly? Oh, nice. Someone got a lock on me or something. Someone's taking pot shots. Oh, who is that? Target and computer's damage. Get to see a death. Oh, finally got you there. I have to come back to base. So I can do repair out on the field, perhaps. You can definitely see someone's taking pot shots. Friendly target, okay. Okay, press R to release target, cool. You? Just gonna take you out the side if I can. Is that who was shooting at me? I'm just gonna see if I can cycle through targets. Smart target with A. I'm assuming that's behind me. I have to wait because I'm pretty busted. And this is training mission. Wonder how slow the other one is. So whilst we wait for that to go back, I'm just gonna double check Nova logic. So I thought they did Delta Force. I'm sure that they also did. What's the other mech game? Was it Terra Force something or other? Comanche 2. They did some flight sims. Armored Fist, I'm not quite sure what that is. Delta Force, I was correct on that one. Tacky on the Fringe. Armored Fist is a tank game. No, not the one that I was thinking of. I was thinking of, oh, what's the... I'll put this in chat so everybody can have a look. What's the, Henry, stop it! You can't get up there. Come here. Are you trying to get up here? Come here. Oh. Sorry, cat. Put it down to friendly fire instant. Yep. Let's see if I can increase. So everything looks okay. Ah, so that's fixed now. Excellent. So I'm assuming the network will just grow over here. Let's try this again. Come on, reload. Yeah, this is basically creaming me now. And I've got no cannon. So I can do remote on that. It's interesting. Status, pretty stuffed. And I can go back into command. So all I had to do was press recall it brings it back. So that's an interesting side effect on that. So I can kind of jump in and out of who I want to command. And then if I do repair power, that's a start in 2 minutes. It's slowly repairing everything. So that's a definite difference from Iron Assault. Because it was a case of, at least once you got damaged, it was kind of permanent. Until you got to the base and I think you repaired it, Ace? So if we look at the status, we should start repairing. In fact, we can probably do that. So that's gone up. Yeah, start to repair now. So I'll push everything to there. See if that changes anything. That looks to be done quicker. And the damage is slowly going down. We're back in about 3 minutes. I've just realised the ad is starting soon, so let me just... we'll be back soon, basically. 3 minutes, yeah.
far away in the distant future, on an asteroid that was once the Earth, a young man comes face to face with the destiny of mankind. Embark on a fantastic adventure and experience for yourself one of the greatest epics of all time. You must make the difficult choices for 4 compelling characters, each confronted with a different set of soul-wrenching challenges in the eternal battle between heroes and gods. Discover 6 original universes, rich with sweeping landscapes, mysterious interiors, and intriguing technologies, accompanied by Richard Wagner's musical masterpiece. Fearless heroes, proud valkyries, and cunning dwarves await you, as together you walk a path of tyranny, greed, rebellion, and hope. Ring. The legend is in your hands.
This crime I have...
Okay, we are back. So I'm just going to bring up the manual again, because I've been looking at that whilst we were on the break. So let's go through these before I do the humanoid. So the humanoid is the last one I'm going to do, and it basically says that it's the primary fighting machine with the highest survival rate of all the Ultrabots. It's medium speed. Oh dear. Can I just exit that for a moment? I can't. Right. Its medium speed, agility, heavy armor, and combat skill make it best equipped to engage in battle, and the humanoid sensor array contains a full range of sensing devices to aid in navigation and attack. The humanoid's heavy armor provides a high degree of protection but also serves to inhibit both its speed and agility. At top speed, the humanoid can outpace a net builder, which we've seen, but it cannot keep with the scout at top speed. The emergency speed of 80 kilometers per hour can be used to get to the humanoid out of a diagram if battery power is available. What the humanoid lacks in speed, it makes up for in firepower. The humanoid has 2 energy weapon mounts, a medium power seeker and a high power plasma cannon. A seeker can reach targets as far away as 1 kilometer and recharges quickly after firing. The plasma cannon has about double that range and inflicts significantly more damage, but takes longer to recharge and draws more energy. The weapon system receives a lion's share of the humanoid's overall power allocation, can get greater range and faster firing rates than the other Ultrabots, which we're seeing because it basically almost decimated the net builder, or the Scorpion. So it just has a general setup here. And then you get Scorpion, which we've just used. So large slow net builder, also known as a Scorpion, is primarily used for building and maintaining a net, although it's capable of carrying a crew of 8, which we've read before. Net builder is critically important to the growth and survival of the base. A net builder is loaded with net relays at the base and is sent out with deployment orders. Several auto programs are dedicated to do this task, with variables such as relay density and deployment pattern providing a fair degree of control over unsupervised net building. The main body houses a large cargo bay primarily used for storage of net relays, which it deploys to extend the sphere of influence of the net. Within the bay, robotic cargo movers can sort, analyze, and perform rudimentary repairs upon various items. The technician can also perform some on-spot repairs, which we've seen. Compared to other Ultrabots models, the net builder is weak on sensors, with only the visual and thermal cameras plus radar. Although these sensors are sufficient for relay deployment and scavenging, they leave the net builder vulnerable to an enemy attack. As a result, net builders should either be used in safe areas or escorted by scouts or humanoids. The net builder's armament featured 2 front-mounted rapid-fire weapons, and a tail-mounted home missile is formidable but limited. The tail missile is an effective weapon to use during a retreat from enemy attack due to its large blast radius. The forward cannons fire small shells in rapid succession. Despite its firepower, the net builder's slothful speed, which we've seen, leaves it unmatched against the 3 or more enemy units. So if there's anything new to take to see, the program there, and we have the relays down here as well. And we've got Scout. Now the Scout's an interesting one, we'll have a look at that in a minute. The Scout is designed for reconnaissance. Its excellent speed and agility allow it to move quickly and covertly in or near enemy territory. With its relatively compact size, longer battery power and powerful wave sensors, the Scout is ideally suited for advanced investigation of unknown regions, intelligence collection and contingent escorting. While able to engage in battle, the Scout's weaponry and armor are primarily intended for defensive use. Its weaponry is inferior to that of the humanoid, but its firing ability gives it a bit of an advantage in a short firefight. A short fight is generally all the Scout can handle. Its inferior armor can sustain only a small amount of damage, making the Scout most physically vulnerable of all the Ultrabots. Luckily, its speed and agility can afford it a good chance of escape. The unique design of the Scout's legs give it several advantages. The long, multi-segmented legs give it a long step and wide range of the speed latitude, while the broad footpads help the unit maintain a high degree of stability at any speed. At top speed, the Scout can move far quickly than either humanoids or net builders. For this reason, the Scout can frequently escape an enemy even after being detected. So you get these height profiles here, which is new for this, and I think it's just specific. All cruising speeds, the Scout is 3 meters shorter than the humanoid Ultrabot. While motionless, however, it has additional height control or profiles which facilitate takeover operations. The Scout can be made to rise to a high profile of 18.5 meters. The Scout's visual and sensor views are in general not improved at high profile, but low profile can be used to crouch behind obstacles or better defensive position. Scout can crouch to low profile of 12 meters, giving it limited ability to hide and present the smallest possible target. These maneuvers help the Scout to offset its relatively light armor and firepower. The Scout can only walk at a standard profile and will go to that mode automatically if the operator attempts to move it whilst at any other profile. The Scout battery can sustain it away from the net for about twice as long as the other bots, enhances its ability to fray deeper into unthreatened territory. Yeah, so that kind of height profile is an interesting one. Not quite sure how that's going to work. Alright, let's have a quick look at the humanoid and we'll start playing the game. Just want to get a bit of a feel for it. So this is supposed to be a bit quicker. Where's manual mode? It looks like it's in auto mode. Just trying to find the controls. There we go. F2, switching to manual. Can I acquire target? Seems to be nothing around. Right, fair enough. Let's see if we can use that later so I can recall that now. I do like the remote cams of the different bots. It's pretty cool. Right, okay. Let's have a look at these. So we've got two easy ones, one in America and one in Europe. Let's take Europe first. Soissons, France, green. We've got Fox Valley in Saskatchewan, is that? Do I just click play? Recon units have detected a new garrison of hostile bots 5 kilometers due east of your position. Your small platoon of 3 humanoids has the element of surprise and can catch them at their weakest moment before they are fully mobilized. A swift attack has the highest probability of terminating this base with minimum damage and to your Ultrabot force. Get in, get out and take down some bots. Can't outfit. I assume we just take command of any of them. Acquire target. Oh, that's manual and auto. Definitely said go east. Great. At least you can repair stuff on the net at the Scorpion. I suppose in this game you've got to kind of since you can direct other ones elsewhere, I should be able to kind of direct the other ones over to where I need them to be. Because I can jump straight to here. I've got taken control of Gotha. Is it Jethro or Gotha? Gotha perhaps. We need to come back in. So blue represents humanoids, yellow would be the scout, and the red will be the net runner thing. And subsystem are being repaired. I also, during the break, pulled this down to 0 and it stopped repairing any damage. So if I do this straight to the top, this makes the repair a lot quicker. Do this. There we go. Let me just double check if there's a way for me to easily right, so I want to do a go to position. In automatic mode, an Ultrabot can be programmed to carry out certain maneuvers without operator intervention. However, auto programs are relatively simple and not designed to be left running indefinitely. While maneuvering under the control of an auto program, onboard computer will attempt to avoid collisions with obstacles, such as other units. But it's also a good idea to keep on bots in auto mode to ensure their safe passage during combat. In the event that the onboard computer is not able to complete its program, it alerts other units and waits for further orders. Following auto programs available to all of them, hold position. Sentry proceeds to a destination point and patrol the area, restricting movement to a perimeter around the destination point. Alert base in the event of a battle. Sentry pursue and go to position. So how do I... Shadow is follow another specified friendly Ultrabot. And we can do patrols as well. And you can do engage. So if I want to do a destination to this one. So first select a destination point or unit. Press and hold the Alt key, then move the Alt cursor to the map. And then I can switch to you. Oops. Something's going on. So once the ETL goes off, I think that's my call to basically say, hey look, something's in range perhaps. Ah, here we go. Cat, don't stand there. That's cool. Bit of a longer range. Sorry, I do apologise if I'm shooting at you. It's not intentional, you're just in the way. Yes, thank you for getting a mate way, you idiot. There we go. I think that's it. Yeah, you're on the return to base. It's cool that they seem to have their own systems. And then I can just leave that to go to this. You need to go back to base. Ah, interesting. Cat, if you want to sit, just go over there. No, don't stand on me. Ah. Do not stand on the keyboard. Thank you. Cats. Come on, you. Sit. I want to sit where Henry's sitting. Jealous cats everywhere. I think I've done the orders. Could probably take down the Cat, what you doing? Just Cat, what you doing? I don't know what your plan is. Be careful. You finally got back to base. Sort you out. Nothing on screen. That'd be good. And then you can outfit. Where's your map still out? Plasma's damaged. I think I brought you out too quickly, but never mind. I'm assuming the next thing I need to do is take out the base. Because I'm not seeing anything else. So I'm taking out their network. Notice that the battery's down a bit. Ah, I'm out of battery on that one. Should have gone back and recharge. I'm assuming as it gets harder, there'll be a lot more enemies to shoot at. And this area will become more and more difficult to penetrate, maybe. Question is, are you going to... I say you, I'm talking to the computer here. Are you going to automatically engage, or... Oh. Something was attacking. Is it because they're out of network? Let me try and find out what the ETL is. This one's going to take all year to get anywhere. That's interesting. So when the net power level drops below a critical function level, the power subsystem automatically switches to battery power. When the unit returns to net proximity, the unit resumes running on net power. So we've got up here, we've got net, and then we've got batteries. So the other two, one of them was okay. When an Ultrabot is outside net proximity, a trickle charge feature allows the battery to recharge at a very gradual rate. Trickle charge may eventually give standard unit enough power to get back to the net. It's not sufficient to allow multiple weapon firing or other power intensive activities. As long as it remains in proximity to an active net relay, the power unit will not run out of power. Battery lifetime is about 1 hour under normal activity, slightly less when using weapons or emergency speed. Right, so there's some sort of strategic element to this, which is why you need these net runners, because they're the ones that keep the battle on. Because I'm basically came out of the my net areas, so obviously I probably run out of power to do anything. Question is, can I regain that? So I just need to unload a net relay, but we're perfectly fine here. There's nothing targeted. Some very interesting thought has gone into this game, especially with the network thing, and tying it in with the battery power. constantly pressing A just to make sure I've got a target. So I can see the other one here. Be nice if it went a bit faster. And I can increase the speed, cool. But it takes it off manual. So if I slap another net where I'm about to go. In fact, I'm not quite sure how. See, I could move forward for a bit, but I'm not quite sure what. Oh, because that'll have to disappear before I get a bit closer. So if I just do this. I want to see at what point I've got to switch to battery. There's definitely no man's land around here. So I've got nets, I'm assuming it's this one. There we go. Alright, so there is a bit of a distance, so there must be like a field like that allows a certain amount of net coverage. So as long as you can get there before my mech thing dies of lack of battery. That's starting in about less than 2.5 minutes. So the next mission, I need to work out where we're going and start strategically moving our armies over. Being careful, obviously, to automate well. I immediately think of the Scorpion as, in this game here, as, if you've ever watched the sort of semi-mech games, not games, films, like Robot Jocks and Robot Wars and there's Crash and Burn. Well, the second one has like a Scorpion thing that ends up being taken by a different corporation. So that's what this reminds me of. That's starting in 30 seconds. I'm going to deploy a net here now, and then we're going to go into a break. Hopefully. Yes. Excellent. Right, going to the ad, back soon.
Freely, and have paid for with my own soul. But if you take the ring to your master, it will fly in the face of all you attempt, of all that was, and is, and shall be. This ring belongs to me. I invoked curses to obtain this ring, and now, in turn, I curse it too. May it bring death to he who wears it. May all lust after it, and may he who wears it know nothing but pain and anxiety. May the master of the ring become its slave for all eternity. May he live in the unremitting grip of fear, and doomed to death, may he suffer the agony of unfulfilled desires until I have in my hand again that which
legend is in your hands.
We know for sure that there is such a thing as time warp. We also know that time warps create alternative timelines, or if you wish, parallel worlds. The latest known time warp took place around the year 1900. When the old Tsar died, his son Peter inherited the whole mighty empire. The young Tsar, ambitious and power-hungry, confiscated the steel industry, turning it into an incredibly effective war machine. The empire's scientists developed weapons of power and destructive force never seen before. So the war began. The Tsar led his forces himself, first invading his neighbors, and then in furious blitzkriegs his forces campaigned over the world, creating chaos and destruction. Even though hope was hard to find, in this age of ruthless tyranny, an alliance was formed by the free countries of the world. But there was a long way to go, many battles to be fought, and great losses to face. This was a time for heroes.
Okay, we're back. So what I've done outside of the advert was I carried on a bit more just to see how far this net would extend. I've not gone further because seems to be the danger zone here, so I didn't want you to miss out anything like that. So let me just use the faster one. So we're still in net range here, which means this has got that circle there, it must have. There we go. That's the net range. There. Take a while for the net to pick up. That's a good range. Okay. Do I need to be over the top of it? Or do I need to destroy theirs to give mine a bit of a boost? Because it could be that is doing this here. There we go. No? Or was I backing to my part? It's getting within 1,000 meters. Helps with the targeting reticle. What's that done? Anything to the network? Thank you for the follow there, El Gorenfield. Sorry, El Gorenfeld. There we go. So thank you for the follow. Seem to have done much to the. Just gonna go back a bit. Yeah, I'm just working this out because it's quite a it's not like your standard mech games, is it? It's definitely got its own thing going on, especially with this net the network thing. I'm just trying to work out. I think I was correct. I always wanted to check it out back in the day, and then kind of forgot about it. Remember the graphics being interesting. Yeah, I mean, look at this. That's quite nice. And that's the cannons at the front. And I heard about this because somebody suggested this after I did Iron Assault. And Iron Assault was a good one. But Iron Assault isn't as seemingly strategic as this one. Closing within a 1,000 distance. Take out another one of their relays. There we go. Wait until I get another drop. Still okay. Yeah, but the other thing I like about this is the fact that you can go back into the it's almost like the mission briefing or whatever it is. You can look at all the other these are the ones you can look at the remote camera and see where they're up to. And you got the AI side of things where you've got different things you can get it to do. I'm starting to see it's kind of a slower take on mechs, but it's an interesting one. Does that bring our network back? I'm not entirely sure how this networking thing works. Because I know I can unload it, but do I have to keep myself near it? Or walk away? Or something? Right. So it looks like I've got to walk away, I think. Which means I can now... Yes, so it does. Enemy base destroyed. Right, okay. That's how you do it. You've destroyed the enemy base and cleared this area of infestation. May all your battles be as successful. Battle statistics, enemy units destroyed 9, friendly units lost 3. Bonus awarded this much. Okay. I see how this works now. That's now gone to yellow. Let's do Taza. Data lines are currently down to master processing, so the database is offline. As a result, there is no data regarding your situation. Use your best judgment. Okay. Either way, we're in the east, It's night time. We've got no scorpions. This ain't gonna be good. So click these. This one might not be a good mission. I suppose what I could do is take out what I can and then pull back and recharge and go back out again. Might be an idea. Also looks, I bet I can control them from here as well. Yeah. No. No, I cannot. Maybe we might be lucky and there's hardly anybody around. Uh-oh. What we got? The hell? Thank you for the follow there, Whiskey Juliet. within range. Weather. Come on. Read that out. Done. It. So use out 2N Ringo is not in yet. That's Ringo. Well there. Well there. You're shooting. You're coming back. You're engaging. Ringo and Hobo are out. Mongo is in. Go back out again. Go back out. Oh. Wait, are you being You can return to base. You can return to base because you're being an idiot. Let's do some micromanaging here. Okay. Recall. Recall. This one seems to be doing okay. Come on, blow up. Oh, one of them's gone. You can go out. So the you can recall. So the scout has gone. No. Position. Let's do it. Look, we're doing okay. Only lost one. So you're like this. Ha! Got you. Because two of us were at you. Excellent. So there's another one over there. Recall you. Then you're okay. Oh, you're taking this one down. Cool. then you can help patrol there. It looks like the other one is gone. Well, not too bad. Okay, fair enough. So in that case, control over here. You're done. %30 damage isn't too bad. So we'll do this mission and then we'll call it a stream. So we've done 2 missions. I'm starting to get used to the whole system now. I still need to read in the rest of the manual and see if there's anything I'm missing. But I think I've kind of got pretty much the gist of this. And then I think the manual's got another intro that I can probably look into. And then we will have a look at that and then we'll call it a stream. Okay. You're doing good. You can go out. Destination unit not set. Okay, I will look at that in a minute. And just do patrol instead. It's probably a different key for determining which unit. What? That's weird. I don't know what it was banging into. Let's start in about 2 minutes. Oh, I think I was hitting into my other teammate there. That makes sense. Now I'm out of net range. Take this out. And I'll return back. And I'll do a few minutes on ads.
Once upon a time, the Aztecs believed not that the gods had granted life to man, but that man had stolen it. Prometheus stole the flame, and Alberich stole the ring. I'm only saying this is not a new story. No, it's not a new story at all.
Okay, welcome back. I've just moved a couple of mechs a bit forward. We know the speed of them, so you've not missed anything. And nobody's picked up anything on the ETL, which is fine. So I'll move you forward a little bit further. I want to see this net on this one here. Can't get these yet. Yeah, start to come out of range now. So what I might do is I'm not going to put these onto manual. I'm going to take out these two, go back to here, recharge, come back again, but this one can stay because I'm going to use these two to take out these two. Once they're recharging them back, I'll push this one forward and take this one out. And then go back and come back again. Yeah, I didn't think that was close enough. Right, you're fine. Also remember this doubles as your compass. Let's just play the waiting game now. So use this one to take out this one. Use this one to start hitting pot shots here. Bring this one back and just do the same here. It's probably my strategy at the moment. Because I can't think of anything else. Since we have no Scorpion, we've just lost the well, I say just lost, we have lost the skill. Actually, I wonder whether I can do this. Where you need to be. need to be a bit further. Yeah, look. But I've told it to go and try and conserve battery perhaps. I wonder whether that's... I can do that. I did see that shoot up. Because that's got something to do with the repair. Try... repair... It doesn't seem to track. Alright, no problem, that's fine. What I will do then is... do what I was going to do originally. Hello, you. Come here. Stinky. With your farty bum. So this is zoom. Left click is to zoom in. Right click to zoom out. Battery looks like it kind of recharges. I think it's a slow one. I think it mentions something about that. There we go. See you there, Henry. Yeah. Henry, hang on a minute. Back again to take pot shots at the base. Hopefully this will be the last run. Because it didn't take too long for us to take out the base with one last time. But then again, I did have a relay, 2 relays further on, so I was able just to take it out quite quickly. I imagine though, as soon as we get to higher levels, we're gonna have much more on the roster, and it's gonna be quite tough for micromanaging. Maybe we'll get some more bases, more than one. I don't know. So apparently this auto saves as well, so I should be fine with that. Come on, stop within the 1000. Hello there, Tom. If I had known better, I would have thought this was a space sim like Wing Commander. It's very different. Well, it's a mech, but very different kind of game. Especially with all the automation type things you're doing with it. Done it, finally. Some of the base done. Oh, I only lost 2 friendly units, so that would have been the 2 scouts then, perhaps. Right, so when we come back next week, we've got Zaire and Opala. We've got Mexico, Iguala, is it? Iguala? And then when we've finally done those 2, we'll have a look and see how bad Fox Valley is, because that's getting a bit tougher. Reviews the mechs that we've got. Let's see if it'll let us come back in. So make sure it's fine. Yes, cool, right. So it's saved. Right, there we go. That is Ultrabots done for today. Let me just get into Windows so I don't mess my screen. That was pretty good. We'll be carrying on that on the Sunday. So thank you everyone for popping in, and thank you for the 2 follows from let me get this right, El Gorenfeld and Whiskey Juliet. I will be back on, what were we on, Tuesday today. I'll be back on Friday for the, what was that? Sorry, I've just seen what you said. Is Dragoni still on second, so doing a DOSember stream, because I'm trying to keep the raids to DOSember people. Just double check. I might be okay with it this once, but okay. Alright, fair enough. But before we do the raid, because I will do that raid, so I won't complete that one. So thank you very much, Talon. I will be back on Friday, so if you're into Warhammer, and I'm not a big Warhammer fan, but I wanted to do something different, I will be playing Blood Bowl. So Blood Bowl is a DOS version, as you can tell. Because we're on DOSember, and yeah, it's going to be one of those ones where I'm going to have to look at the manual. I will try and find because it was released in 95, there should be codex for 94, and I will pick that up should there's going to be someone put it on archive.org, so I'll have a look at that, because I'm going to need to learn about blitzing and blocking and stuff. It does have some talk about it in the manual, but I don't think it covers it well enough, because obviously it was built for people who did Blood Bowl back in those days, so they had a better idea. So I will be checking that out. Again, thank you to, like I said, to the followers and all the chats, and the chat raid suggestion, who is Draconis non sequitur, so we'll go and raid him in a sec, or them in a sec, sorry. They're doing Heroes of Might and Magic 2 specifically. So yes, back on Friday for Blood Bowl. Sunday is another Ultrabots or Xenobots, apparently it was also called. Just checking. Yeah, I've got another week, that's fine. Because I know that I'm going to be away on holiday between the 15th and the 21st, so there's going to be no streams at that point. But we've got another week, so that's fine. So, let's get the raided sorted. And see you all on Draconis' stream. And also see you on Friday, so until then, bye.